Welcome back to WESH 2 Chronicles, 70 years of storytelling. We're excited to walk you through this next chapter of WESH 2's time in Central Florida.
As the anchors of WESH 2 News Sunrise, we want to get you out the door each morning armed with everything you need to tackle the day ahead.
News, weather, and traffic, which is not getting any better across Central Florida because people just keep moving here.
So whether you were born here, you've been here for decades, or you're a newbie, the constant is how much Central Florida keeps growing.
The signal barely reached out of Volusia County with an affected radiated power of 12,500 watts atop a 300-foot tower.
When WESH 2 hit the airwaves in June of 1956, the fledgling station had a lot in common with Central Florida. It was just getting started and on the cusp of a boom. The first year WESH, WESH back then, was on the air, the only people who saw the programming were living in Daytona Beach and the surrounding communities. But just 1 year later, WESH 2 would cement its spot in Central Florida thanks to a new partnership.
On November 5th, 1957, WESH-TV became an affiliate of the first television network, NBC.
It's also the year our 1,000-foot-tall broadcast tower in Orange City went live, sending the WESH 2 signal literally across the state. In the station archives, we found a market data report from 1957. It shows what the TV market looked like back then. Central Florida and WESH 2's reach spanned 20 counties, from Columbia to Duval, down to St. Lucie and over to Manatee. The region was home to just more than 1 million people, and only 180,000 homes had televisions. But things were about to really blast off. The launch of Explorer 1 in 1958 made Cape Canaveral home to the nation's space program. That brought big industry to a place best known for beaches, citrus, and cattle.
What do you find to be the main reasons for so many people to be moving to the state of Florida?
Well, besides your fine, delightful climate here, it's the building up of the electronic industry.
Space and defense contractors helped spur the region's first massive growth spurt, bringing employees and their families.
12 years ago, this intersection at Bumby and Colonial Drive was not the teeming commercial center it is today.
That WESH 2 news clip from the late 60s detailed how Orlando's Colonial Town Plaza sprung up from a cattle pasture and orange grove. From there, all sorts of industry filled in around Orlando and beyond. The most recognizable, that mouse with a castle down I-4. The Disney effect on Central Florida is undeniable. It put us on the map, drew even more attractions, and created all sorts of jobs in all sorts of fields.
3 years ago, there were only orange groves here. Now more than 6,000 people come here each day to work in the Maitland Center Office Park. In downtown Orlando, buildings are going up in every corner of the city. 3 years from now, there will be 50% more office space.
Central Florida was and remains a place people come to build lives and careers.
Years ago, it was a grazing area for animals. Soon, 3,000 homes will be here, plus a shopping center, elementary school, even doctor's offices.
That's the story from the WESH 2 archives about the 1998 development of Avalon Park in eastern Orange County, and it hasn't stopped. From tourism and hospitality to tech and medicine, Central Florida remains one of the fastest growing regions in the United States. Remember that 20-county region from back in 1956? It was TV Market 75. Today, WESH 2 and the geographically smaller Orlando, Daytona Beach, Melbourne market ranks number 15 in the nation with more than 1.9 million TV homes. Complete and accurate news coverage. It's the backbone of what we do and what you've come to expect from WESH 2.
That commitment is evident anytime we face a natural disaster. We're the station that gets you through hurricane season.
And as we look back at the biggest stories of the decade WESH 2 has been on TV, a weather story is what stands out in the next decade, the 90s.
Yeah, but it was not a hurricane that rocked Central Florida. It was the brutal 1998 wildfire season that tops our list of big stories for the decade.
1998 started with a drought. Months with no significant rain turned Central Florida into a tinderbox. The conditions so dangerous, congregations like this one in Daytona Beach gathered to pray for rain.
Ask, Father, that you might do just that you might open the windows of heaven and send an abundance of rain.
By June of 1998, a small spark could ignite acres.
Too many dry spots, too much wind, and too much fire.
Wildfires exploded across the region. It became one of the largest wildfire outbreaks in Florida's history.
On this day, again, a fire breaks out in Flagler County near the Flagler County Airport and burns eastward. It burns through a wooded area, then jumps US 1 into the Seminole Woods subdivision. It continues to burn eastward across I-95.
Chopper 2 brought the devastating pictures back to viewers.
At this point, John, I think we're going to have to sign off and probably move out of this area, but we will keep an eye on the developments here on 40.
While our crews braved conditions across Central Florida.
Along I-95 near Titusville, a 30-foot wall of flame sent out an obvious smoke signal. Time to go now.
Flames tore through more than 500,000 acres statewide. Along the I-4 corridor, thick smoke choked the sky, so dense it shut down major highways, including stretches of I-95. Entire communities were forced to evacuate. Families grabbed what they could and fled, unsure if they'd have homes to return to.
What do you load up when you have 5 minutes to think about it? So I just took all my family pictures with me. And
Flagler County residents will not be able to return to their homes.
In one of the most dramatic moments, all of Flagler County was ordered to evacuate. The first time in Florida history, an entire county was cleared out because of wildfires. WESH 2 videographer Hutch Brenneman and reporter Claire Metz covered the chaos.
The fire scared me because you never knew where they were coming from or where they were going. The winds would change and you think you were like on the outskirts looking in and you were just, fire would be behind you.
You were terrified of what you would come home to. It was just a county-wide inferno. It was frightening. It was scary to be out in it.
Donations poured into shelters, taking families in.
Prefer to be here than to be at home. Right, because it would be stressful to see the smoke and the fire at my back door, so I prefer to be here and not seeing anything.
The Daytona International Speedway is being transformed into an emergency staging center. This after officials canceled the weekend NASCAR race.
Helicopters dropped water from above, while firefighters on the ground worked around the clock in brutal conditions.
Right there where that's going in, it's right where there's a structure.
It took weeks, and finally,
everyone was encouraged by some light rain this afternoon.
Rain to bring relief. When it was over, thousands of homes had been damaged or destroyed, and millions of dollars in losses were recorded.
I pulled this out before the fire hit. I lost everything.
But despite the scale and intensity, loss of life was limited, a testament to the massive response.